This weekend was supposed to be my wedding celebration, and it is not. And I've shared on here before why we canceled all of our wedding celebrations. And that's okay. It was our choice, right? It made the most sense for us. We are legally married. That's all that really matters. We had a beautiful elopement. But as the weekend approaches, I find myself a little bit sad. And a lot of it is because I didn't realize how excited I actually was to be celebrated in that way. One of my big childhood wounds, like I was the middle child, typical middle child. I lived a very blessed life, childhood, all of the things. So this completely comes from like a place of privilege and an understanding that this is a silly childhood wound because I was very much loved by my family, but that because I was the middle child, because I was automatically known for being like smart or good at things that I did weren't necessarily celebrated in the same way. I always used to say like, oh, my older sister's the first one to go through it and my younger brother is the last one to go through it. So those are always really big celebrations. And then I'm just kind of the one that just goes through it. And I knew I didn't want a really big wedding. That's why we chose what we did. That's why we canceled the bigger parties that we had planned to have. But I want to be celebrated. I chose not to have a bachelorette because I think that like bachelorette party culture has gotten crazy. And we didn't have an engagement party because we didn't tell anybody that we were engaged because we wanted to keep it between the two of ourselves. So all of the choices that I made were choices, right? They were decisions, they were for a reason, and they all still make sense, but I can't help but like sit here and be a little bit sad that we don't get to celebrate our love this weekend with all these people, and that people can still celebrate us from afar, right? That's one of the things about me having traveled so much in my adult years and have friends and best friends all over the world, is that people can celebrate you from afar, but sometimes it's like, oh, I wish that I just got to like have a celebration. I didn't walk at my college graduation because I didn't care, and I chose not to do all these things. We chose to cancel the wedding. I turned 30 this year, and I don't know how I will celebrate that either, but also recognizing the feelings I'm experiencing right now, I think I'll have to have some kind of celebration for it. But I don't know, I think I always admire my friends and my friends' families that are like really, really thoughtful, and I don't think that that's a way that my family has ever really celebrated. They're like very much show up people. They're like in-person people. So there's not necessarily that like thoughtful care package